Got it. So we're going live currently in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the 52 Weeks to Wealth. This is Wealth Principle 43. Understand the power of demographics. Demographics, if you don't understand them, are going to hurt your business because you're going to be chasing the wrong people. And if you're spending time with the wrong people, you're going to be making no money. Now, the point is to make a ton of money and do it with less work. So the last 52 weeks or 43 weeks, we've been on this journey going through building our businesses. All of us are on a path to build and double our income. Hands to the camera if you're committed to doubling your income. Excellent, excellent. Hands to the camera if you're committed to doubling your net worth, if you're looking to double your net worth as well. Excellent. So on the journey to double our income and double our net worth, there are 52 wealth principles. These principles were not just pulled out of the sky. In fact, most business books, most business trainings all have, the 3 key principles or the 7 steps or the 12 processes to success. And what happened is that over time, they realized that people's minds just wanted, just give them 3, just give them 5, just give them 2 or 1, right? And what happened was they had to pick, they had to sacrifice, they had to compromise. Hands to camera if you recognize, I don't compromise in anything. I don't believe in compromise. We do it right. We do it right the first time. Sometimes we beta test, and that's all right because that's testing and learning. But if you want to do things right, you've got to go one step at a time. And here's the other thing. You can't do all 52 in 1 week. You could try it. People have tried, but it doesn't work because business is a big animal. It's a big beast. You could, every time I say something that isn't true, I got to go back and fix this. You could do all 52 wealth principles in 1 week if you had a team of 52. And that's something to think about. I'm going to put that out there into the universe, see what happens with it. But if you did have a team of 52 people and you had one person handling each one of the principles in your business in 1 week, it would be possible to scale your business to a massive level very, very quickly. Hands to the camera if you know you got to get a bigger team. That's true. That's true. The business will only grow to the size that you do. Your business income can only grow to the size of your team and to the size of your audience, the size of the people you're serving. So demographics comes into play here because every business has a model client. Hands to the camera if you know your business has an ideal client. If you know you have an ideal person who loves to spend money, loves to work with you. Excellent. The problem with early business owners is they believe that everybody is their client. Everybody could work with me. Everybody needs my product. Hands to the camera if you've ever said that. When asked, who is your ideal client, you say everybody. Has anybody ever said that before? Yes, I know. We've all been guilty of it. So the truth is that there's only a few people who would actually want to work with you. And of the maybe 200, 250 people you have in your phone right now, by the way, the average person has anywhere between 250 to 700 people in their phone. Let's poll the room very quickly. Who has more than 700? We'll start with 500. Who has less than 500 people in their phone? Less than 500 contacts in their phone. All right. Who has more than 500 contacts? Excellent. Who has more than, we'll say, 1,000 contacts in their phone? Excellent. Who has more than 2,000? Who has more than 2,500? Excellent. More than 3,000. All right. Excellent. Let's give our real estate agents a round of applause. Those are the realtors. All right. Next question. How many of them have you contacted this month? Drop it in the chat. Just drop in the chat how many of them you have actually contacted this month. And just put it in there. People you have actually had a conversation with. Here's what I've discovered is most people talk to about 5 people. An entire month will go by. Entire month has gone by and most people talk about 5 people. And then the next month goes by, 5 people, 5 people, 5 people. So when you say everybody, anybody is my demographic, well, why are we only talking to 5 people? I mean, are those 5 people paying you? Are those 5 people sending you business, making you money? If they're not, those 5 people are probably the problem when it comes to the reason you're not making more money. So adjust the friends you're hanging around with, adjust the demographics of your friends. But let's dive in. Who would like to dive into? the client, the ideal client for a real estate investor. Who's interested in knowing the ideal client for a real estate investor? Awesome. I made a post on Facebook and I'm updating constantly. I want to see what everybody else is running into. But here's what I discovered. For the ideal real estate investor, the demographic that works consistently all across the country is somebody who is 55 years older, 55 years or older, so 55 plus. They've lived in the house more than 7 years, and they're either owner occupied or absentee landlords. So the reason I make the difference is because on single families, they should be absentee landlords, and on multifamilies, they should be owner occupied. Because on a multifamily that's not owner occupied, they're cash flowing. It's a pretty easy day. On one that's owner occupied, they're living there with tenants above them, and that's not an easy day. Whereas a single family, if it's absentee landlord, they're not really making money. There's really not a good chance that they're cash flowing. If they currently live in the property, well, that's going to be a little bit more difficult. Now you got to move the actual owner. So the tendency is that this demographic moves faster. Here's another one. Unemployed. Unemployed people who own real estate tend to sell real estate. The people who have been retired, who have lost their jobs, who are in a bad financial situation. There's 5 Ds: death, divorce, drugs, denial, and what's the other one? Anybody know it? Did I miss it? Death, divorce, drugs, denial,
Dementia.
disease.
Default.
There it is. Got it. So those 5 reasons are why somebody would sell their house. And if you're not targeting that, by the way, death is probate, divorce obviously is divorce. The disease stuff, man, you got to have connections with the hospitals or connections with somebody who would be in contact with those arenas. But you can target any one of these. You can find ways to niche down in your messaging. You can target, hey, have you suffering from COVID? That was huge the last 2 years. Has COVID put you in a financial crisis? You lost a family member due to COVID, or you're scared about where you live right now. You want to sell your house and go somewhere more suburban, get away from the city. This is an opportunity to sell your house at a discount. Does this make sense? This
want to sell your house because of all of the problems with the masks and just move to Florida?
I did that. Yes. So there's people shifted. I didn't sell at a discount, although Dorena thinks I did. But getting back on track, I want you to do an exercise with me. In your business right now, we have demographics that are helpful to you. Hands to the camera if your business is not real estate. It is not real estate. You're doing something outside. Excellent. Excellent. Hands to the camera if you are real estate. If it's very focused on seller demographics. Okay. So for anybody who has something outside of real estate, I want you to write down very specifically, what is the age of the last couple of clients I've had? And for all of our real estate investors, you can double check my demographics. What is the age? What is the gender? What is the marital status? Where do they live? What is their, what are their hobbies? What do they do for fun? Where are they spending their time? How long, for real estate investors, obviously, how long have they owned the home? And for business owners, it may also be relevant information for you. Are they homeowners? Are they not homeowners? Do they have high equity? Do they have high debt? What's their nationality? What is the reason for them requiring your services? What's going on in their life? And what are their political opinions? These are all important demographics because it's going to help you with your marketing message. It's also going to help you with servicing your clients. And it's going to help you with your sales message, finding and being able to convert and move them across. Objections, handling objections, you need to know basically where is this person coming from. Now, not everybody is going to be the same. Hands to the camera if you recognize that's true. Not everybody's going to be exactly the same. But if you look around the room, in this room, I have 2 basic main demographics. Those who have already bought real estate and want to scale, and those who are still looking to buy their first property. Hands to the camera if that's true for one of you. Yes, excellent. So we have our main demographics. We even have an age range. Most of our clients are between 35 to 55 years old. Hands to the camera if you fit that demographic. Excellent, excellent. And we have our younger group, Jacob Mazzilli and Alicia Mazzilli. So there you go. Like our demographic is typically within that age range. We also attract married people or people who have children. Hands to the camera if you fit into that arena. Interesting. Either married or you have kids. Awesome. So knowing this about your business, you can change your messaging. You can change how you communicate. You can change how you set your goals up for them, the client, and you can target to reach more. Who would like more deals right now in this market? Who wants access to more deals? Excellent. So if you want more deals, it means you've got to go out and do more action with the right demographic. Stop wasting time on the wrong people, right? If the person is 18 years old, don't talk to them unless you're trying to get in touch with their grandmother, right? Who's got the house, who's been looking to sell the house, who's, beat up and tired, sick and tired of being in a property that's not serving her anymore. If you're on TikTok, who would like to know? Okay, so TikTok has totally different demographics than some of the other platforms. I actually have it right here. There are Facebook demographics. There are TikTok demographics. Each platform has a different group of people. Now I'm going to ask for the hands. Who would like to know which platform is best for which demographic? Is that something that's interesting to you? Excellent. Then I will share my screen very quickly and show you this website. So I'll drop it in the chat afterwards. Facebook demographics and usage. There are 2.7 billion users on Facebook, so it's really important to recognize it's the biggest platform. Their largest age range is 25 to 34. The gender is typically men, 56%. Time spent per day is 38 minutes. The Instagram demographics, there is almost a third less people on Instagram, but they're a little bit easier to reach. The largest age range is the same. You got 25 to 34, but this is heavier on the female side. So more women are on there. They spend just 10 minutes less per day. Then we have Twitter. Twitter has literally a 10th or 20% less people on Twitter than on Facebook. The largest age range is 30 to 49. It's an older group, and they're typically male. This is an older group that is typically way on the male side. 2/3 are male, and they typically spend 3 minutes on Twitter. So they're in and out. It's basically become the newspaper. Then you have LinkedIn. LinkedIn has 738 million people. Largest age range is older. We're getting to our sweet spot on real estate, and they're typically male. So, but basically it's 50-50%. You have 51% male, 49% female. Where's TikTok? Pinterest. Pinterest is 400 million, 30 to 49. So again, that getting up in that Generation X range, but they're 78% female. So more women on Pinterest, more men on Twitter. And we're finding that on TikTok, you've got 100 million people. Largest age group is 18 to 24, and it's primarily women, 59% women on there, but they spend 45 minutes a day. They're spending more than any other platform on TikTok, even though they're younger and they're a different age range than some of the other platforms. You may notice that Twitter and LinkedIn are where most of our real estate investor clients are going to be sitting. Hands to the camera if you recognize that that's true. That's the right place if you're looking for prospecting motivated sellers. Now, what if you were looking to prospect for people to become millionaires? Hands to the camera if you know that's my job. I'm on a mission to build 100 millionaires who are inspired to build 100 millionaires. That's why I wear the shirts. That's why I rock the cups. That's why every day I say it, I make sure I say it to somebody. I'm on a mission to build 100 millionaires. We're inspired to build 100 millionaires. Are you one, either a millionaire or a millionaire builder? Hands to the camera if you know you got to be a millionaire. Excellent. Hell yeah. Hands to the camera if you know when you get yours, you're going to help somebody else get theirs. Excellent. Many of you already are. So blessings and thank you for the continued work that you've been doing in the community. So real estate is a phenomenal strategy to invest. It is a great way to build your wealth. I am not going to deny the fact that I believe cryptocurrency right now is also a great opportunity if you have money. If you don't have money, You need to buy a house. You need to go start investing. You need to take that money and go grab that property, do a little bit of the grind, do a little bit of the work, put in the time and the effort to invest your time, your sweat, and possibly other people's money, mostly the bank. Hands to the camera if you know that you could do deals with 3% down, your first deal, right? Who did that already? Who's already done a 3% deal? Give yourselves a round of applause. Hell yeah. This is how you build it. So we know you can go buy a piece of real estate with 3% down, which means now 97.5%, 96.5% is used by the bank. So the bank is bringing the money to the deal. And then all you have to do is put tenants into that. If you bought a 3-family and you load up the top 2 floors with tenants, you're living now rent free. This is reducing in many cases $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month, $2,000 a month. This is saving so much money that you can now roll into the down payment for the next property. Say all you're saving is, some rents are $1,000 a month. So all you're saving is $12,000. Some rents are $2,000 a month. So all you're saving is $24,000. But that's part of the next down payment. And then say you buy the next house, owner occupied, you move into a year from now, maybe it's a 2-family instead of a 3-family. And now you're doing the same exact thing. That money that you saved for the year helped become the down payment for the next property. Those properties are going up in value, right? So you could sell one 2, 3, 4 years from now, take that money, roll it into another asset, a bigger asset. This is called pyramiding. You take your compounding interest, you take the asset appreciation, you roll it into other properties. Hands to the camera if you know this is what you're going to do. This is the easiest path to become a millionaire. Now that's step 1. Step 2, you've got to go and leverage. You've got to learn how to raise capital. You got to get the right demographics. The private money lending sector is the same as the people who are motivated sellers. Same exact demographics, same exact conversations. In fact, I mentioned at the summit, if you want to raise capital, go and find more deals. Simply go find more deals and have the person who owns the property become a seller. Have them be a seller finance deal. They carry 20% or 25% of the deal, and you go get the rest of the loan from a bank. So now you literally just need to find more property. Hands to the camera if you're realizing you need to get out there and do these demographics. Go reach out to people who fit these demographics. The money is in the deal, and the deal is in the deal. So that contact is more important than it has ever been. It's more simple than it has ever been. Now, when it comes to closing on the deal, yes, you're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to do the work, or you're going to have to sell it off to somebody else or bring a partner in who does the work. But right now is an opportunity for you to invest in real estate and make a massive income, a massive increase in your capital. Once you have an increase in capital, once you have access to assets and you do a refinance, you get your cash. That's what I'm suggesting people who are refinancing right now put their money into crypto. And I say that take it with a grain of salt. I say that with a lot of caution. Talk to Mitch before you do that. Talk to somebody who understands crypto before you choose a coin, before you go into the investment. You can also lose a ton of money in cryptocurrency. We understand this if you do it the wrong way. Yes. I don't want the community going out and giving money to the crypto gods. I want you to do it intelligently. I want you to make sure that you're tracking everything. You're sending money to the right wallets. That being said, there's a lot to learn, but we're real estate investors. We were nerdy to begin with. We were reading books. We've been listening to podcasts. We've been on these calls with this bald guy who's telling us, let's do it. Let's go make $1 million. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're a motivated group of people. Hands to the camera if you are currently either in the mentorship or Alchemist Mastery program. Hands to the camera if you've graduated any one of our programs, Alchemist Mastery or the mentorship. Awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause. For everybody who's listening outside, who's listening on Facebook right now, or in the waiting room, or in the attendees area, I'm going to share with you why these men and women are more successful than the average person. By the way, hands to the camera if you bought a house in 2021, if you bought a piece of real estate in 2021, hands up. All right. Excellent. Hands to the camera if you're buying a piece of property in 2022. You already know what's going down. All right. Excellent. The reason they are more successful than other people, the people outside who aren't doing the actions that it takes to be successful, is because they follow the fast process. They focus on one thing, they do it, they take action, they're using speed. They're not waiting for tomorrow to do stuff. They're doing things today, and they have a tribe. They have people around them who are supporting them, who are encouraging them. Every single week in the mentorship for 8 weeks, we get together and we push. We ask, what are the 3 wins, the 3 things you've done well, and what is the one thing you can do this week that's going to make sure that everything else is easier or unnecessary. And then we hold you accountable each week. In the mentorship, it's designed to build tribe. It's designed to build community. We call ourselves Alchemist Nation, and each one of us is on a mission to build 100 millionaires. Some of us will use building 100 millionaires as a way to become a millionaire, because the more people you help, the more money you're going to make. In fact, there's a saying by Zig Ziglar, who's heard this one: you can have everything you want in life as long as you help enough people get what they want. Yes? Excellent. So commit to building 100 millionaires. Say, I will do this. If you're a real estate agent, if you're an insurance agent, if you are an attorney, if you are somebody who is a contractor, any form of where your business helps somebody else's business make money, how can you serve them? How can you help them become millionaires? How can you add value to their business? If you're a marketer, if you're a salesperson, how can I make this person that I'm working with a millionaire? How can I add value, so much value to their business that they become a millionaire? If they're a seller and they're selling property to you, real estate investors, they're a seller selling property. How can I make them a millionaire? How can I ensure that they sell me the property and are getting passive income, and then learn financial intelligence? Maybe come into this mentorship program, bring them in, and we can help them invest either in real estate with you or invest in other assets that make a lot of sense for them. The idea of advancement, we talked about it last week in Wealth Principle 42. If you apply this into your business with the demographics, the people you're already working with, just imagine you walk in every seller's house and you're looking to sell them on the opportunity to become a millionaire. Hands to the camera if you know that sounds crazy, right? It sounds nuts. It's like, dude, I'm going in there to buy their house. Why would I sell them on being a millionaire? Not up front. You do it eventually. It's a part of the relationship building process. Once you've got the house, they've got money you gave them. Who would like to have that money back? So it's really important that you build those relationships. Build the relationships, build your 100 millionaires, and help the people around you. Raise your status and bring others with you. So the mentorship also includes our coaches, who are going to be talking in just a little bit. The coaches are celebrities. They've written books or are writing books. They're the masters of their trades. What they do is they specialize. So you've got cryptocurrency, you've got financial planning, tax planning, partnerships, stage speaking. You've got increasing income, the bullet train of action, and follow-up, credit. There's so many different things that are assets to building wealth in real estate and in business, that it made more sense to have professionals around you. Who's heard the saying that you want to be the dumbest person in the room, right? That's what we did with the mentorship, is we made a room where everybody is an expert. Everybody knows more than somebody else in something. And so the advisors in the mentorship are intelligent men and women who actually are specialists in one thing. So you can go to them for a very specific question. The mentorship has a price to it. The reason for the price is it's a barrier to entry. If you're looking to become a millionaire and you're looking to build millionaires, then we are the first step, and we're the step all the way through. Once you get through the mentorship, you jump into Alchemist Mastery, and you move all the way across for the entire year, building your net worth, building your income. The people who come in are amazing people. They're motivated. They are hungry. They're caring. They're empathetic to do things morally, ethically, and legally. And they're not stopping until successful. In fact, at the 100 Millionaire Summit, we all signed a contract that stated, I will become a millionaire within the next 3 to 5 years. Otherwise, I'm failing. Hands to the camera if you still have that contract, still have it somewhere in your house. Excellent. Who uses it to motivate themselves? Who walks by and says, yes, I can do this. I am doing it. Excellent. Excellent. So the contract is designed to move you forward. It's a contract with yourself. And we signed it at the summit. We also noticed that people who don't pay attention. So I've been told, well, as a coach, all you do is get money. One, I'm not a coach. I'm a mentor, right? You can't even get my coaching. My coaching is $100,000. I don't even offer. I only take 3 people on at a time. But as a mentor, I just show up 8 weeks in a row. And then we do the once a month. We do our, well, it's a separate program. I don't want to talk about the Alchemist Mastery, but hands to the camera if you're enjoying Alchemist Mastery right now, if you're getting something out of it. The mastermind, the additional jump starts. You guys haven't even started the jump start, finished the monthly jump start yet. So that's coming. But in the mentorship, which by the way is being offered as a deal today, Black Friday deal, it is still running until Sunday. And that Sunday it's over. But the reason I'm talking about price is because price is going up. And this gets me excited. I love every time the price goes up, we level up the clientele that we're bringing into the business, the demographics. So we went and we did some research. We found that because we were priced at $1,200 for the 8 weeks, we were hitting a person who wasn't at that, oh man, like they basically, the way I see it is at $2,000, it has a perceived value. But if it wasn't at that 2,000 mark, what we were getting is somebody would look at it, our target demographic who can move to the million faster and has the desire to help other people, was looking at 1,200 and saying it just, they can't be doing enough in that. It can't be, it's too inexpensive for it to be of value. Hands to the camera if you've ever felt that way about something. You've had a product or been like, oh man, they just didn't, I don't know, at that price, it can't be that good. So we over deliver in the mentorship. We have been over delivering for the last 2 years, and we've priced wrong. I brought a consulting company in to review our program, to review everything that we're doing. And they told me our price is the reason that we're not bringing more people in. And when I took that, I was like, no, the price is there so that we can bring more people in. Hands to the camera if you know, that's like how every business owner thinks, right? The price is there to bring more people in. And they told me, in your industry, in your price range, in your industry and what you're looking to do, if you're not in that 2,000 to 2,500 price range, people are going to assume that you're not delivering real stuff. They're going to assume it's all just online programs in your email. Hands to the camera if you've had those programs where it's just you get emailed a video and that's their training course. Yes. So that's the assumption when you have a program under $2,000, that it's just an email course. And now you got to sit there and watch videos and you can't ask questions. So that price has been a massive issue for us. We didn't know it. We were blind to it. What is happening in your business that you're blind to right now? What is happening in your world that you don't know about that could be hurting you because you just haven't gone and had a conversation with somebody who knows what they're talking about? So I've hired a consultant. Mike Gabriel hired the consultant. $20,000 what it cost us as a team. $20,000 to have somebody come in, take a look at our business, take a look at our funnel, and say, this is the way that you can go serve more people, because that's the mission. I explained, I want 1,000 people at the summit. I had a conversation with the whole team. I said, 1,000 people at the summit. This is what we're going to do. We helped 100 people this year. We're going even bigger next year. We're going 10X, right? 10X, serve more people. And so for Black Friday only, this is for all pre-existing people who've known us for the last year, who've seen the $1,200 price. This is the last time I will ever price the mentorship below $2,000. Well, maybe I'll go a little below in $2,000 next year on Black Friday, but this is the last time I will ever price the mentorship below $1,200. And I do it because Darina said, let's run a sale. And that is 100% the only reason that I'm doing it, is because Darina said, let's do it. Hands to the camera if you like sales. If you like Black Friday sales, who likes deals? Awesome. This is mostly for you as a member to go and share with one of your friends, to share with a family member, share with somebody you care about, share with somebody who you believe is going to add value to their lives by coming into the mentorship at a, well, I can't say that D word, at a deal. So it's a different D word. $897. Who paid more than $897 to be working with us? Hands up if you paid more than $897 to be working with us. Awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause. So for 3 days only, and 1 day is already gone, 3 days only, this Black Friday sale, Black Friday offer, Black Friday opportunity is for your friends and family to get in, because you were motivated to jump in. We know that. And because we are increasing the price, January 1st, the price is $19.97. January 1st, I guarantee more sales into the business. One, because we're now in the right price range for what we're doing. So people will understand that we actually do deliver on what we're saying. We do actually show up live. We do actually answer questions. You are actually getting us, you're getting me and the other celebrity coaches, and you're getting this amazing community, which, by the way, who's found there's so much value in this community? Partners, money, deals, knowledge, resources, support, commitment. Hell yeah, give yourselves a round of applause. I love each and every one of you. I love seeing your success. 100 millionaires inspired to build 100 millionaires. I couldn't do it alone. I was very aware of it. And when we built the mentorship, it was a tool. It was, how do we put people through in a manufactured process? Who are the demographics? Who are people? Who are the people who are looking to get to the next level? When we do the same, we took the same process we did in real estate investing and we shifted it over to building millionaires. What do they look like? Where do they live? What are their demographics? What are they looking to accomplish in their lives? What are their problems? What stands in their way from stopping them from getting to the next level? And what is their ultimate goal? What is their why? What are they driving towards? And it turns out once you make $1 million, you start looking for significance. And that's why we added that second piece, is 100 millionaires inspired to build 100 millionaires. Who feels more power when they hear that second piece than the first piece? Hell yeah. When you understand your room, when you understand your clients, you can serve them better. You can serve them greater. You can take them to the next level. Have that desire, have that drive to go and build in your business a way to move people forward. But you got to find them first. And that's where the demographics come in. So this week, I want you to write down the past clients you've had and start looking for commonalities. Start looking for things within the people you served already and identify commonalities. And then start coming up with an avatar. I have 2 avatars. I call one Rich and one Bert, or Berticelli and Richard. And these 2 characters are typically men. By the way, notice we do have a ton of women in our community. Look around. It's basically 50%. A lot of times it's the men that will bring them in. So let's give our men who've shared, hands to the camera if you were, somebody else shared this with you. Somebody else shared our community with you. Awesome. 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 Let's give you a round of applause for showing up. But let's also give a round of applause to the person who brought you in. We've found that first contact is men, second contact is women. It's very, very interesting. But the people in our community first are the men who are looking to grow and build. And then they bring in their friends. They bring in their family. They bring in the people that they care about. Who knows that that's a pretty amazing group to be around? People who are willing to grow at each other, willing to support each other and bring them into something. So if you're interested in moving into the mentorship, you're outside. And by the way, each one of you should have an affiliate link, but don't let that stop you from going out and getting more people into this group this week. But we have an opportunity to give them a solid deal. Go to gualtermurillo.com/mentor. The links work. I went and I double checked last night. And now on that site, $897 for the next 3 days. Cyber Monday ends at midnight. So if you have a friend, somebody you care about, have the conversation with them and say, look, this has worked for me, right? I'm doing it. I'm moving forward and it's worked for me. Plus you get access to Alchemist University for the rest of your life, which, by the way, Names on Deeds is coming out. We should be done with it in the next 2 weeks. My goal is to have it out before January. Names on Deeds will be a phenomenal training course, teach you the basics of real estate, how to buy, how to finance, how to evaluate deals, what to look for. Mindset stuff is in there, of course, but it's a very tactical approach. And now it's coming with everything that is also included in Alchemist University in the mentorship. So we're constantly evolving, constantly improving. Thanks to you. By the way, let's give everybody a round of applause who contributed, who's asked questions, who's asked for different things to be added. That was the reason we did the Names on Deeds training, is because there was a request for even more real estate specific knowledge. Who knows? We always deliver. Hell yeah. Always deliver. Overpromise, over deliver, because things can be improved. Things can be built. You can improve your business. You can improve your life. You can improve your family's life simply by joining the mentorship today. We'll see you online. But before we go, Michael Schein, the book of the week. Let's do it.
All right. Thanks, Walter. So this book, The Laws of Human Nature, is a great book for this topic. I listened to it a year ago, so I'm a little rough on it, but I went to Google. As Terry says, there's always Google. So I said 3 lessons from the book that I thought were really good. It says, lessons that you learn. It's usually not other people that stop us from succeeding, but ourselves. To combat this, we must stay positive. And I always say to Walter and Mitch that this is one of the biggest things about hanging around with these guys, is that they keep me positive all the time, and they don't, we don't wallow, which is huge. Second is, each of us has both the feminine and masculine side, and we must accept both to be our best self. I love this because I feel that once you get away from, as a man, being macho all the time or testosterone filled, you can really expand who you are as a human being, and that's huge. And then the third one is, there's a cycle of 4 trends shapes human generations, and there's a high chance yours is influenced by one as well. And that's just a really neat discussion about how generations, they may go out and go get it, or they just kind of rest on the laurels of their parents, or that type of thing. It's just a really kind of cool analysis, but it definitely has to do with demographics. It's a long book. It really goes in depth. So I definitely recommend The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene, and I'll put the name in the chat if you didn't see it. So thank you.
Let's give Michael Schein, the holistic attorney, a round of applause. Yeah, a little delay there. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
You jumped on it right away. Awesome. And again, the link for the mentorship is waltermurillo.com/mentor. We want to see you in there. For everybody who is currently on a mission to build 100 millionaires, let's give you a round of applause. You know you're important. You know your family is important. You know what you're doing for yourself is important. And most importantly, you know that it's possible. And I see some of our millionaires already on the call. So for you, pentamillion or decamillion, I know you're hungry. I know you're going after it, because that's what we're doing as well. There's bigger goals to go after once you get to the first ones, and there's nothing wrong with that. So let's give our millionaires who are going after the penta and the decamillion status a round of applause. They're going after it and they're getting it. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Hell yeah. All right. My favorite part right now is the coaches. So let's switch it over to our coaches, and we'll start with, is Ryan McDermott on the call? Is he already off? Didn't show up, didn't get in. Ryan, no soccer. And Doug, I assume, is in New York with his family. So Dr. Terry Wager, you're up next.
I did see Doug. I don't know where he went to, but
Doug
he must have gotten busy. However, the demographics are really important. When I was in my psychology practice, I was trained to help. When I was in my psychology practice, I was trained to help whoever came in my door. And so I actually got trained that everybody's my client. Whoever comes in, I got to be ready for. Now, that was great for my training. However, it's not really great for making money. It was very difficult when I transitioned from psychologist to business builder, because I continued to see this idea of everybody as my client. And it was very difficult to really niche down and focus on what I was really good at with helping people build. And so for me, this principle was very, very important, but I did it in a little bit different kind of way. I didn't go and identify exactly who I wanted to work with. I started identifying who I didn't want to work with, who wasn't my ideal client, who didn't work with how I was doing things. And what came up was more and more I got clear on my ideal client by who I filtered out. And so really understanding how to filter the people that you want to work with, if you have a business like mine or a business like Jamie or Paula, really identifying those clients who don't fit what you do is very important. Now, I love when I first started talking to Walter about real estate, talking about the 55 and older, 7 years. There was one other, I can't remember what it was. What was it again?
Owner occupied.
Owner occupied. I love that because it was very specific. And that's kind of, when you're looking at what you're doing, that's what you want to do. One of the things that I added to a lot of people in this community, because we want to build fast, is over 5 units. because if you want to build fast, you want to build with more units because the cash flow is going to take care of a lot of what you're borrowing. And so that's where I come down on the idea of demographics. If you don't have an idea, you don't have a business. If you don't have your ideal clients, you don't have anybody to sell to. So the more that you really focus on who it is, the easier it is to grow.
Let's give Dr. Terry Wager a round of applause. I like anything that ends in the easier it is to grow, because that's the whole point in life, is continue expanding, continue getting to the next level, continue pushing yourself. Hands to camera if you commit to continue growing yourself, growing your business. Excellent. Your personal development. I see Doug is back on. Doug McGurk, you're up.
What's going on? So brilliant as always. Quick, also to Terry's point, knowing who you don't want to work with is going to be very helpful in discerning what energy you put in. One of the things that Heidi and I do with our Empowerment Coach University, that's one of the first steps, is getting really clear as to who our ideal client is going to be, to the point on like where they shop, what are they into, and one of the things that we also want to remember when we're going through this process is our demographic is also going to be a lot like us. We want to remember that really people buy from people who they like, know, and trust, and that's massive rapport, which means we're going to find that we're going to be really successful in understanding who we serve by understanding who we are. And ideally, that's what you're getting when you're part of the mentorship. You're part of the whole program here. Is while we're talking a lot about the aspects of growing our personal financial wealth, it's really understanding who we are as humans so that we can help other people. So that's why the book today is a fantastic insight and necessary, because know thyself so you can know others, so that you can love thyself to love others, to serve them. And I'm currently driving, so that's all I have to say about that. You rock. Happy Thanksgiving. Love y'all.
Let's give Doug McGurk a round of applause. Darina Pagodina, you're up next. The Russian princess.
Thank you. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm kind of like stuck on what Doug just said. Very moving. And my takeaway, and I would want to just share that with you, is that everybody is online, right? So that's, in my opinion, the most important platform or area you would want to study, because it's only growing. And if you can nail your personal brand, like Doug said, like know thyself, know who you are, who do you attract, who is your ideal client, probably just like you, or someone that you were maybe 5 years ago, and know what they want, know what they like, what they aiming for, what their goals are, and nail that. Like, for example, Instagram for women, easy peasy. Now it's easy for me to know that, okay, this is something that we can go after, versus going all over the board. Okay, I can be laser focused on that particular platform, or Pinterest, and go after my demographic, not going after Twitter. I'm never on Twitter, right? Why would I even waste my time there? But Instagram, maybe Facebook is my target audience. So do a little bit of research, read that article that Walter shared. It's phenomenal, and just kind of narrow down your area of targeting. It'll be, the one thing easier, and of course, just more effective. So social platforms, a little bit of homework for everybody.
Let's give Darina a round of applause. And I just dropped that link back in the chat on Facebook as well, so it's out there. By the way, we talk about whether or not you should be on social media. That really depends on who your demographic is. I just showed you where they're at. I showed you what they're doing, and it really depends on what your people are doing. If you look as a real estate investor, as somebody who is just looking to acquire real estate, the children of the people you're buying houses from are on Facebook. they're on LinkedIn, they're on Facebook. That's where what makes the most sense is their kids are there, and their kids are the ones dealing with probate. Also, people getting divorced are there. So that's two of the D's. Now, the older generation, that 55 plus, is not really strong presence there, but their kids are, their family members are. So just keep that in mind with your targeting and with your messaging when you're creating and you're reaching out to people on Facebook. Next up, let's go with the crypto cat himself, Mitch Jorsky. You're up, brother.
I knew you were going to call on me because I was typing a message in chat. I was like, he's going to say my name. He's going to say my name. You know what's awesome? When the universe makes things easy. So as much as I, kind of tease about my love-hate relationship with TikTok, I saw 2 posts this morning that both essentially come into play this morning. And one of them was a clip of Jordan Peterson. And he said, "Stop talking to people that aren't listening." How huge is that, even when it comes, like, for business, especially, and that doesn't mean like you give up on people. It means like if you are sending a message several times and it's falling on deaf ears, like, stop. You're devaluing your words. You're devaluing that information. Like, share it with the people that are listening. Because if you spend all that time on people that aren't listening to it, then you're missing sharing that with the people that are going to listen to it and want that information or are looking for that information. So as far as, your target market, look for the people that are listening. And if you are hitting people that aren't listening, keep it moving. So I think that clip was pretty cool. Resonated with me. And then also I saw a Joe Dispenza, which, if anyone hasn't listened to Joe Dispenza, you're missing out. His clip, actually, it was more related to like personal life, like love life or whatever. And, it was just like answering the question, why can't I find love? And he's like, all right, write down a full list of what you want in a person and then become that person. So you can use this for business. Write down your ideal client, right? And then I don't know if you have to necessarily become them, but create the product that they want. Think like them. It's like, all right, if I was them, what would they want? So write out your ideal client. And essentially, when you're creating your product, when you're creating your service, visualize being them. And it's like, what do I want? What do I need if I was in this place? And if you can't do it yourself, then ask people. And that's my 2 tidbits.
Let's give Mitch Jorsky a round of applause. I know there's going to be questions on that one, so I'm looking forward to them at the end of this. Michael Schein, you're up next.
Great. So I'm surrounded by all
43, the power of demographics.
I'm surrounded by all this brilliance. And so when I sit here and I hear all these other coaches say all this stuff, I am what we are called as a high I. So when Walter sits there and goes, "Where are my high I's at?" and everybody raised their hand, I always raise my hand. Okay, so a lot of this demographic stuff kind of makes my eyes gloss over. So if you're with me and you're getting overwhelmed by the brilliance, sit in my easy chair of simplicity. So here's what I've gathered from this, being part of this alchemist community. The greatest way to enter into this is to learn DISC, because DISC I use almost every day. When I do closings, I'm sitting in front of people and it's become second nature. I'm like, oh, this guy's a C. All right, now I know how to talk to him. I know how to relate to him. I can make them feel more comfortable. Oh, this guy's an I. Let's party. We're going to have fun with this one. This one's S, whatever. And that is just a simple way to sort of step into this whole demographics question, which is learn just the simple DISC. Because like when I'm chatting with Walter and Mitch, sometimes Mitch talks about this 16 term. He's an ESQYB3 Zeppelin, whatever the heck it is. And I have no idea what he's talking about. But the DISC is such an easy way to get to a point where you can make people feel comfortable so they want to use you. I'm not out there selling as a pusher. I pull people in because they like to work with me. So that's where the DISC comes in. And that's what I use. It makes it easier to grow my business. Thank you.
Let's give Michael Schein a round of applause. We didn't even talk about discs today, but we will in one of the other 52 Weeks to Wealth, one of the wealth principles. Hands can if you gain value from listening to the coaches, from some of the stuff they have to share. Awesome. Let's give our coaches a round of applause. Extremely valuable. And if I did have a second favorite part of the day, or at least a part that I gain the most functional value from, it is asking each and every one of you for your feedback, your insights, your questions. So let's open it up, the call to our Alchemist community, and either throw up your hand or just unmute the mic. And I see Kevin, you already know how to do this. You're up first, brother.
So we spoke about this a little bit on Monday, right? I know there was about maybe a half a dozen of us left on Monday. And the question was just, how are we getting a lot of eyes on Monday nights, right? Like, what are we doing, or what are you doing, or what are we all doing, right? Are we using like certain keywords, and what those things really are? Where could we best find those information beside from obviously attending everything that we're doing here? Like, how can we gain reps of that almost, right? With like trying to bring that target audience within whatever we're doing. Is there maybe a regime? Like, you know what I mean? I'm always trying to find the process. Send me there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get somebody to send me where I got to go and what I got to do. So that's where we're at. Cause I know we spoke about it a little bit. And I think the first topic was, and I think Matt had brought it up, was like, man, I came in here because, I needed to find a strategy with the least amount of money. So again, I know there's other things too, but so pretty much how can we get like good reps and practice these type of, skills and opportunities to be able to, target who we want and what we want.
Yeah, man. And let me make it easy for anybody who wants to bring somebody to the Monday night calls. This is a very specific, real estate specific training. Monday night is the wholesaler boot camp, where Kevin Pereira is on the calls. He's answering questions of how to build your teams. He's got his VAs who are operating with him. So if you have questions on how VAs operate, on how scripting works, on how systems work, and you're looking for getting off market deals, you're tired of working on market and getting beat up on your sales, on your prices, and you want to be able to save that 20%. Well, off market's the way to go. So wholesaling boot camp, your target demographic, Kevin, is investors who are looking to get deals, right? So where do those investors hang out? Bigger Pockets, right? Who's on Bigger Pockets? Hands to camera if you're on Bigger Pockets. I'm telling you, the easiest place to find wholesalers. If you're looking to get off-market deals, you want to build a team of wholesalers and you want to train them, bring wholesalers to the Monday night call between me, Kevin, and some of our other volunteers and community members and the other speakers we have come in. We're going to train them on how to find deals for you. We're going to train them on how to find off-market properties. And we're also going to offer them the opportunity to get into the mentorship. So we're going to build this community at the same time. And one strategy that I could see Kevin actually making an additional stream of income is the affiliate program. So anybody who sells somebody into the mentorship, not sells, okay, offers, creates an opportunity for somebody to come in, is now going to get paid 30%. When the price goes up to 2,000, you know what that means? It means I can pay my sales team very, very well. Who knows, an extra $600 a week is good money. You're not going to say no to that, right? So at $1,200, there wasn't enough meat on the bone to inspire people to go in and do this. But now if Kevin just brings in, we'll say, puts in 10 people into the room, one person really wants that hands-on move into the mentorship, kind of build their business. Well, then he's just made an extra $600. Let's give Kevin a round of applause. Bigger Pockets, Kevin. The answer is I would get on Bigger Pockets and do what I do now. Whenever I'm looking to bring more people into the community, which I'm heavily doing, I go into Bigger Pockets, I pick a city, and I friend message every single person in that city. And I ask, what is your experience in real estate? How are you doing? What is your biggest thing you're looking for? And then I ask those in 3 separate questions. And then I just handle the responses. I'm not selling anything. Never sell. I just find out what they're looking for, learn more about them, get involved, offer some suggestions, if I know something about the city or the investment. And then, only then, once I know everything they're looking for, then I sell them something. Then I create an experience. Then I create an offer. My offer is never the same for an individual. It is always tweaked. It's always a little different for each one of you. Hence the camp, you know, your introduction to me was very special. It was me and you having a conversation. And that's what brought you in. Even on these Zoom calls, I'm watching your faces because you are the most important person on this call to me. And I'm keeping an eye on, is this connecting? Is this making sense? Are we adding value? So Kevin, that's a long way of saying, go to Bigger Pockets and message people if you want to bring in more real estate investors into your world. You want more friends who are like-minded? Go to Bigger Pockets, message people, bring those people into your world. You want more people on your team? Go to Bigger Pockets, message people, bring those people in your world. You want more deals? Go to Bigger Pockets, message people in your local area and bring those people into your world, partner up, work together. You want more capital? You want to do more raising of capital? Go to Bigger Pockets, message people, bring those people into your world, add value. Hands again, if this is making sense. Yes. No. It's not making sense, ladies and gentlemen. This is making dollars. This is making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Serve more people and you can make more money. Let's give Kevin Pereira a big round of applause. Great question. Great question. And I love where you're going with it, Kevin, because I could see you're on a mission to build 100 millionaires. And by serving and teaching and training, you're in the highest leverage position that any person can be. Other questions, statements, ahas, wins. What came up for you in Wealth Principle 43 today? Just unmute the mic. Go ahead.
I like when Terry was referring to who he did not want to work with. I thought that was reverse, and it just, and like when you had one thing down at the conference when, like, I always want to say yes to people, but no, you need to learn to say thank you, but no thank you. You can't say yes to everything and everyone and stay focused. And so I thought that was really great. Thanks, Terry. Thanks, Walter.
Let's give Melissa Baker a round of applause. Melissa's doing amazing. She runs a great brokerage out of Rhode Island and Massachusetts, and she helps build millionaires. She's a real estate agent with a real estate team that helps people go and buy real estate. And fortunately, she's also an investor herself, so she understands the math, understands the process. So we're blessed to have Melissa in the community, building people, helping people, serving people. And that little pro tip is true. When Terry said, I was like, yeah, you know what? The mind it's easier to seek out the negative. It's so much easier. It's so obvious to us. Hands to camp if you notice that. The negative is like blinding. It's right there in front of you. So identify the people you definitely don't want to work with. And we did the same thing. We said, I don't want to work with people who think $1,200 is too much, because it doesn't get any easier going forward. I assure you, there are bigger hurdles. You got to spend $1,200 on marketing sometimes. All right. Hence the camp, if you spent more than $1,200 on marketing. Yeah. If you can't come up with that money, it's like, you're going to have trouble all the way along. A virtual assistant sometimes is $1,200, you know, for a month or 2 months. So it's like, if you're having a hard time with these little chunks, like for the information, we're going to have a hard time on bringing in the assets, because the assets are going to cost way more than some of these pieces. So yeah, you're 100% identify who you don't want, and then don't attract those, right? So that's bad NLP, but identify who you don't want, and then look at who the opposite would be. Who is the opposite of somebody who thinks $1,200 is hard? Well, somebody who thinks $2,000 is no big deal if it moves me forward. If there's an ROI, people who are asking for return on investment, those are my target demographic. If they're saying, well, what am I going to get from this? What am I going to earn from this? What is my potential? And saying, here's my situation. What can I make out of it? Well, if all you make is $1 million, if all, like, they're doing the math in their head, right? Like if they're like, if it takes me 3 to 5 years and all I make is $1 million, that's my target demographic. I don't want the person who's looking at the 1,200 saying, I don't have money for that. You're right. You don't. You if you can't afford this, you can't afford the next stuff, because becoming a millionaire means taking some risk on yourself, buying assets, and then using those assets and getting out there and taking action. right? Like Kevin wouldn't be where he is if he didn't buy Mojo and then pick up the phone and like dial and do it. Melissa Baker wouldn't be there if she wasn't if she didn't buy the business cards and then put them in other people's hands and then follow up and call and meet them at the house. Hands can if you're seeing this. Right?
I think the other piece,
apply. Go ahead.
The other piece with that is, as what Mitch was talking about, we were having a little side conversation because I had him do that exercise he was talking about with Joe Dispenza. And you have to grow towards what you want to be. You also have to really eradicate those things that you're not wanting in your clients in yourself. And so those things that you're going, okay, I don't want clients like this. I also can't be that way. I don't want clients who complain about money. Then I can't complain about money. I don't want clients who try to haggle the price. Then I don't haggle the price. And I'm one of the big yeses to paying for the things that I want. And I want to pay top dollar for it because I see the value of me saying yes and me stepping in. I want clients like that. I don't want clients that are going to be, oh God, I don't know if I can afford, oh, I've got to go scrape my pen. I don't want clients like that. So I don't act like that.
Hands at the camera if that makes sense. Become your ideal buyer. This is why when I sold real estate, I said, I'm buying real estate. I was the buyer of real estate. That did scare some of my clients. So like, dude, why wouldn't you just buy it if it was a good deal? It's like, dude, I ran out of freaking money. That's why I'm helping you now. I'm buying everything I can afford. And then when I run out of money, I go and I help other people buy real estate because I'm addicted to buying real estate. Hands to the camera if you understand that. I'm addicted to cash flow. I'm addicted to assets. Now I found an even better addiction. I found people, right? Each one of you has a better ROI than I could ever make off of a house because we can build together. You have knowledge, you have resources, you have energy, you have connections, you have ideas and dreams. And if all I have is one of those other pieces you're missing, boom, business. Partner with each other. We get each other to the next level. You have motivation. Some of your stories inspire me. Some of your stories give me that piece of knowledge to write a blog that's going to help inspire others. So my biggest asset now is people. So I'm on a collection mode. I'm out there hungry, eating, grabbing people, saying, let's go, let's build together. So it's become the buyer of what you are selling, and you will be just a natural born salesperson. It's like instantly overnight. You don't need sales tricks. You don't need sales strategies. You need to love what you're selling. You need to believe in what you're selling. You need to live it, breathe it, and then want to share it with other people because you're absolutely freaking obsessed with your product. I buy coaching too. I train with all of the coaches. Every one of the coaches in this program, they're in this program because I want their information. They're my friends. They're people I care about, but I also want their information. So we brought them in, and now they're one of the people I serve. I'm a consumer of the product I offer. Does that make sense? Like I'm about it. Go ahead, Kevin.
You suggest like to completely almost like shut off? Well, right, because a lot of us come from that, I think, demographic of trying to pitch off closest family and friends first. But we realize really quickly that they're not really our buyers, right? Right. So I'm guessing it's just, obviously we just can't shun them completely away. But it's like, I didn't turn my back on you. I just kept moving forward and you stood there, my back, I just kept moving forward. But at the same time, right, I think we still should have a conversation. Maybe I know not.
Absolutely. I'll speak to that because one of the things that I've heard for a long time, whether it was when I was working in mental health or what, is this idea of cutting people off and being done with them. The fact of the matter is if I'm on a mission to help people grow, I can't cut people off who weren't growing or were having problems. I have to be the model for them to see. And so I have to stay in contact. I have to connect. I have to be able to share my perspective with them. Otherwise, I'm not being of service to them at all. And the fact of the matter is there is two perspectives. I may be wrong. And so it's almost arrogant to think that I have the right answer because I'm moving this direction. It's really important to be able to keep the communication open. It doesn't mean let them influence you. It doesn't mean buy into the scarcity mindset that somebody has. But what it means is be open to the conversation because, again, if you want people to be open to your conversation, you be open to theirs. and then use the influence that we're going to be actually talking about at Master of Influence and influence those people to move forward. Influence them by asking questions, by understanding where they're coming from, understanding their fears, understanding their roadblocks, understanding all of those different things that keep them stuck in that standard stationary position. Then we can start moving them forward. And because we're open to them, they're going to be watching us.
Kevin,
Cool.
and I'll add to it. Family is important for what family is important for. But family is not necessary to build a business unless for some reason they have already a massive network, a massive piece of knowledge or skill set, or a massive drive to build with you, or a massive amount of capital that you can go invest and use. If the family lacks any of those assets, then they're not a business relationship, they're just family. And I know that people who are poor put family at the top level. They say this is the most important thing is family. I believe that the rich look at family as a non-negotiable. It's not even worth talking about. It's like, yeah, obviously family. Like that's obviously the most important thing, but that starts here, right? That's so what, no matter what, I'm just going to do it. It's not like, oh, I've got to strive to spend time with my family. It's just so what, no matter what, it's going to happen. And then everything beyond that is where the wealthy focus is. I'm building this. I'm going after these people. Family is non-negotiable. They're always going to be there. I'm always going to make time for them. I'm always going to spend time with my family.
It's funny you say that, because if you think about like the goals and shooting for the stars and you might hit the moon, if you shoot for family above everything else, you just shot the dirt.
There it is.
Brutal. Love it.
So in your life, yes, family, that's so what, right? That's the beginning of just being a decent human being. Like, be there for your family. Yeah, of course, obviously. But aim at who else could I serve? I have my list, my Dream 100 is people that, I'm going to have to pay to be in front of. Like, these are high level people who I'm going to have to pay to be in front of. Grant Cardone's on my list of how do I serve this guy? Ty Lopez, right? Tony Robbins. You look at people who are just champions, untouchable, tough to get to, Gary Vee, like anybody who has a big audience. I'm like, man, like that's on my list of people to go serve. Me and Ron were talking yesterday. We said Jeff Bezos, or if it's not Jeff, it's Amazon, right? Our training company, we want to build to a point where it is the IT solution to building people, to getting people to become millionaires, where it's a consumable product that, boom, people can leverage it and become richer. Because we can't build this as fast as the people who have the money. Does that make sense? Like, we can build this very quickly and organically, but Amazon can put it on everything. We get that? Right? Imagine Alchemist, right on Amazon, right there. You got Audible and you got Alchemist. And that mindset of the only way to scale is to serve a higher group of clients, people who just have more. They know better than us. When I say higher, let me clarify on the rich. They're no better than you. Rich people are no better than you. They've just been here longer. They've just been playing the game slightly better, right? They've just been in it a little longer, played a little better, maybe had access to a couple of resources you didn't have access to yet, but any resource that anybody has, you can have access to. Here's what I'll tell you about the rich. They're not going to live longer than you. They're not going to outlive you. So except for Warren Buffett, he seems to be on a freaking run. Has anybody noticed? He's like 94 years old. So maybe Warren Buffett is going to outlive you. But not in this community. I think this community focuses on health. We focus on wealth. We focus on the things that keep us living longer and happier. So there is an opportunity out there for you to be at whatever level of the game you desire. You simply have to want it bad enough, surround yourself with people who are doing it, who are going to motivate you, who are going to support you, and keep learning. Keep learning who you have to become. And family is the beginning of the relationships, but it is not the end. It is not the freaking goal. You already got that when you were born. It's like saying, hey, I want to be able to breathe at some point. Shit. Like, unless something tragic happens to you, you are able to breathe all the time. Hence the camp, you're breathing right now. You're doing good with it. Crushing it. All right. When I had COVID, I had a week of not doing good. Right. So in that moment, I was like, I just want the basics of life. And that's okay now and then. Sometimes you do realize you need the basics, and it makes you thankful. It makes you grateful for breathing. And it makes, in those moments when you lose a family member, make you thankful for your family. But your life goal is not your family. Come on, you could do better than that. Like, what do you want for your family? What massive things do you want for your family? One of the reasons I build influence and I gain attention is because 7 years ago, my brother said he wanted to be famous. I never wanted to be famous. Fame doesn't mean anything to me, but he wanted it. And so I was like, here, do this, and he wouldn't do anything. So I said, I'll go do it and bring him along. And that to me is a good enough reason to do anything. If my family wants something, I'll go become the person who can give that gift. And man, I've been blessed because not only does my influence help my brother's business, it helps every one of yours, any one of my partners, anybody I work with. People who see me and you in a selfie, they're like, oh, you know that guy? That's crazy. Because as I continue to level the value of myself up, everybody who can say they were there at the first 100 Millionaire Summit is one of a kind. There's only 100 of you, right? You're a very unique group of people who have the pictures, who can prove it that you were there at the first one, and then the second one, and then the third one. Because as you're notching these up and saving the necklaces, as you're saving those badges, you're saying, look, I was at this one, I was at this one, I was at this one. And the partnerships that we build together. And this, I'm just one person, right? Each one of you has the same ability to do what I've been doing. Each one of you has the same ability to improve and increase your value to serve others. Hands to the camera if you're just starting to realize how powerful you are. Just starting to realize what you've got, what you can do for your family, what you can do for your friends. I'm telling you, I see Mitch Jorsky doing it right now in his crypto. The more he builds his influence, the more he serves the crypto community. The more he serves the people who are looking to learn, the more he serves the people who are building those platforms that are working hard on building really cool strategies. The more he educates people on how simple it is, how functional it is, the better he makes all of us. Hands to the camera if you're seeing that value. And I could spend all day here doing this with each one of the coaches. And really, each one of the coaches has become a specialist. Each one is moving deeper into their original or their focused area, and they're making it easier for you to partner, making it easier for you to speak, making it easier for you to sell, making it easier for you to negotiate, easier for you to understand your credit, to buy real estate, to so many different aspects, not even just the coaches, but the partners I've taken on, or some of you, the millionaires who are serving and helping others already. Some of you who are still in the hustle and the grind and are serving others and building community and building events and bringing people in. Like, this is just the beginning of you, right? This is just the uncut diamond. I still think I'm still fucking in the ground. I'm the diamond that hasn't even been discovered yet, right? So like each one of you is just an uncut diamond that still has so much more potential, and we're just untapping it now. So let's give yourselves a round of applause. I love you guys. It means a lot to me to be able to to serve you and to be here sharing, the weekend of Thanksgiving with you. I didn't get to see my family for this Thanksgiving. I was working on a project that was really important to me. And so being able to spend time with you guys, it really means a lot. My love language is quality time. If you haven't heard it before, I'm not a gifts guy. I'm not an acts of service guy. I'm not I do like physical touch. Like, that's why I do all the high fives. But I'm acts of service. I'm a quality time. So spending time with you is, to me, it's very important. So thank you for being here every Saturday. Thank you for being at the summit. Thank you for being here with each other, for each other, serving each other. And as I say always, I'm on a mission to build 100 millionaires who are inspired to build 100 millionaires. And I appreciate your commitment. So cheers to your success. When you have a choice, always work with the best. Love you guys. If any questions, send me a message on Facebook. If there's any questions that came up, if you're listening on Facebook or on any of the other platforms, just send me a message. If anything we didn't answer, we're going to get back to you guys. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Peace.
See you Monday.
Everybody.
Monday.
Monster truck rally. Monday.
Bye, everyone.
Hi, Melissa. Great job today. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, thank you.
Wait. At 12 o'clock, do we still have the mastery?
We're
moving that to next week. So yeah, we knew that it was the holiday and a lot of people weren't going to be able to make it. So we're moving that to next week, make it easier.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. Good question, Maria. Thank you.
Thank you. Terry,
everybody.
can I talk to you?
What's that?
Can I talk to you after?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, give me a call. Give
Look
me a
at
call.
you, so soft, Terry. Look at you.
Awesome. Thank
Maria,
you.
you don't know if you don't ask. Awesome job.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye,
All
everybody.
right. Enjoy your week.